Hello everybody, it's Techstack here. Let's start tonight off. I just want to log into the server real quick, see what's going on in the server. See what's changed in Paradise or whatever. Then we'll go back to coding. Farms are all cool. Looks like the road there's getting extended over across there. There you go. It's still in creative somehow. Go game mode 0 real quick. There we go. Let's take a quick tour around here with my jetpack that's almost out of fuel. See if we can fuel that up real quick. My elytra jet belt. One of the things that's been requested of me a couple times now, and I really need to do, is to make a video stating, or not make a video, but to make some documentation. I take that as I'm going to make a video, because that's the easiest way for me to do it. Just give a quick explanation of how things work. There you go. It's not a bad idea for me to do that. I could see where that'd be useful for lots of people. So I'll probably do that eventually. Not tonight, though. By the way, if you're one of the people that's been asking, this is the type of fuel setup I'm talking about, where you got a fermenter pointing into a distiller and a distiller pointing into a fuel pump. And then you put fuel that's burnable in here, and it will count down, basically fermenting the... Ferment it in here, the corn, into fermented mash. The fermented mash gets transferred in here, and then this distills it into fuel. It's ethanol, but we don't ever call it that. Get my jetpack fueled up a bit. There we go. So today was a pretty busy day for me at work, so I didn't get to do... Like, it took after hours and before hours and stuff, so I didn't get to do a whole lot before or after work. That's all I've really done. Oh, so Eagle's using this area, okay. All I've gotten to do is create a couple more variables and use them in the world gen for the size of the density, or the size of the spawn for each of those ores that we're going to spawn in, right? About it. I haven't added them to the config. As I was looking through the code a bit, I noticed that I didn't have the other world gen for the overworld stuff even set up in the config. Like, I have options for it in my code, but I just didn't set it up in the config file. So eventually I'll do that. I think probably tonight, as I'm flying around here, might be good for me to do like I've been saying, go back and clean up the excavator. Get it working where it's supposed to. This road is going to be pretty cool to fly along at the very least. Ooh, dang. Hit it. Needs the trees out of the way, though, to make it flying safe. Or I need that crash helmet. That'll work, too. So we can fly right through that stuff. Cool. Hello. So I think I'm going to pronounce this right. Anelio Money. We have a release for 1.12.2 of Minecraft now. It's up on CurseForge. If you haven't seen it. This is kind of interesting here. Let me land before I die. Check this out. Wow. Those must have spawned like that. That's kind of cool. So this village is where the road ends. Huh. Okay, so let's fly back and we'll clean up that excavator like I was talking about. Get some height here. Yeah, this is doing a number on my elytra wing, so I'll have to get some XP at some point. What, did I pass you, Eagle? Oops. Okay. No, the XP farm. What? What about it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know I need to go over there. That's like the best place to get it, for sure. Let's see, so let's go back to the code. Let's get it running. In fact, why don't I fly over there now and just have this thing AFK at it while I'm doing coding. Need my crash helmet. Oh, you go left. There you are. Okay. So we'll just AFK here so we can get the mobs to build up. Oh yeah, that flying bug. Like, we can change it on the server, but I need to get it figure out why it's doing that. It's gonna be annoying for everybody. Sorry, I got a message from work. Okay, let's get the right mode here. Excavator. No, nice. That's the skeletons on the other server. Let's go over on that hill. It's somewhat of a clear area. This should work for a nice demo area. We'll do time set 0. Do game rule, do daylight cycle false, toss the excavator on the ground, just place it right here. Okay, so my position is off when I'm sitting in it, right? So I'm sitting out in the front somehow. Let's do F3B. Okay, we're too short. Geez, we can almost double that height, and that might put us in the right height then. So let's do entity excavator, Y offset 0.5. That's not what we want. Let's do 4 for the height. Otherwise the width is pretty good. Yeah. What? I didn't change anything. I didn't save it. That's why. Well, the height is pretty decent though. I don't know if I want to mess with that much more. Okay, so let's get, let's say 0.75 for the height. That's pretty stinking close, so let's just need to back us up now. And pull us off to the side a bit. So 0.3 we'll try, and the Z will try 1.9. 0.8, yeah, sure. Why aren't you picking up? Save it. Okay, our X position's probably okay. Say 1.1. See what you have, okay. Get. You got a bagger already. Dang, man. That's a lot of emeralds and stuff. We did not make them things cheap on purpose. You've been dead busy for sure. Well, that almost healed me all the way. Nice. I would say be careful with that. With great power comes great responsibility. It's a beast as far as what it'll break in the world. Okay, so I need to go back here more, right? Oh no, that's perfect. Okay, our X and our Z position are good. Our Y needs to come down a bit. We'll try it at 0.7 because it's kind of one of those finicky things. Oh, that looks perfect. Okay, so let's see what our view is from inside then. Oh yeah, that works. And then let's... food on by. Huh? Are you leaving? So later. Okay, so we're definitely breaking things in the wrong position. Oh, we're also rendering them in the wrong position too, dang. Okay, let's fix the rendering one first. That should be hopefully easier. We need to extend it down, it looks like. Let's see, model excavator. Not Sunday again. Or Craner, whatever his name is. Guess that's the model. We need to go to the render. Render. Machines. Excavator. Yep, here we go. Translating down. Plus 1.75. Production 1. Plus 0.85. Okay, so the plus 1 probably still needs to be negative. And it says 7.5. Let's try just 1. There we go. It's a good start on it, at least. Let's load up its inventory all the way. Okay, so 1.5, let's try. Hey, Furry.
Hello.
I am not hey or low.
Oh my god. That movie.
What movie?
That movie. That movie that I have been asking you all to not spoil for me. and thank you very much for not spoiling it for me.
You're welcome. I hate it when people spoil movies.
Oh my gosh.
I don't spoil it for others that may not have seen that movie.
That was good. It was really good. I'm not going to. Hashtag no spoilers here, guys.
6 maybe? I'm trying to get the excavator bucket working.
Yeah, I see that.
I decided. Well, I would say I'm much closer than I thought I would be at this point with the world, the other dimension. I decided I might as well just switch over and finish this excavator off and get the update out for that.
Right.
There's a bunch of people playing with the mod and they're like, oh, this is stupid.
Well, not only that, but before we forget about it again and...
Right. 3.0 is actually pretty good, actually. That's full. Oh no, it needs to go back the other direction, actually. So 3.2.8 maybe. Would be good. 2.5. Those are too far down now. So we can lift the whole contents up in this by going 0.9. And I need to do this because this is going to bother me. Yep, it's not set. So this dot coal. Should always. Dang it, the bagger has it. Ignore fresh room check. That's what we want. Equals true. Save.
What, you making it so it doesn't disappear like that?
Yeah, that's the idea. It isn't foolproof, but it's better. Jeez, that phone's loud. Did we make that thing so it could... We did. We can get stone.
Yeah, it's able to do anything.
Anything?
Anything except for bedrock.
Well, that's
I
good.
believe. And I think maybe obsidian. I'm not 100% on that though.
On update, send the packets, break block. I don't think it's checking anything. This is really broken then. Does it have a crafting recipe? Because if so, oops.
Yes.
Oops.
Actually, there is a crafting recipe. Oh no. Oops. Oh, thank God. There, nope.
Oops.
Oh, shoot. You may want to fix that more urgently now.
Nobody'll know. It's not like we're streaming or anything. Housekeeping! Yeah, so that bucket's not disappearing now. Well, I say that and it disappears. Right there, though.
I can't believe it wasn't... What is it? It just broke on the update or something, or...?
That it can break bedrock? No, it's probably always been able to do that.
Huh.
We probably never had a recipe for it before. Let's see how that stuff stays in the bucket when I lift it up. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Good. I'll take that for the bucket stuff. And if I lift the bucket all the other way, it should dump the stuff out. Yeah, cool. Okay. Now, the position of where it's digging at is completely wrong, though. So let's sort out where that is. You know what? I'm doing this wrong. I need glass. That's the only way to really sort out where it is, because you won't be able to see it in a minute.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna guess that dinner's done.
Okay.
So I just called somebody else, so I'll be right back.
Can't keep Fiery from his food. Come on. Eventually I'm going to hit the spot where it's actually digging at, and it won't place. That or it's not digging at all. See, when it digs, you'll be able to see it still. This does still check to make sure that you are capable of breaking the blocks, so that's good. So it'll work with world protection. Okay, so it's breaking down too low. So it's going to be where it calculates the block position, starting a little end distance 4. So this is a very special one that was made specifically for this specific machine with lots of complex math that I don't want to wrap my head around ever again. Great. Okay. Yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully I can do it here, because it's complicated code. I'm actually going to pull this off onto another screen. Let me do this too. Is that wood? That's wood. I can grab my last of my XP I need on the server here. These skeletons. Actually, here, give me all the XP. There we go. My light rings are fixed. It's just me. I'm going to go ahead and log off. Get rid of those background sounds, right? Okay, so there's that. Now we've got this. I'm going to open this up full screen. Leave that running like this. And see if I can get this thing to work where I want it to. So on my other monitor here, I've got the code set up. Give me a minute to find where I need it. Open call hierarchy. Yep, there's only one place we're calling it, and it's right here. So let's copy in the pre-update new model so we know what the values were before. And the first digit is the starting X position, Y and Z. That's fine. That's where I'm actually physically located right now. The yaw shouldn't change. The pitch. So that should be like this. That's a starting pitch. And then the distance of the first one. Which is the arm 1 angle added to 45F. What? No, that's not making sense. Y'all, that's gotta be the pitch. Okay, yeah, that's a pitch. Then we've got a distance 1. So that should be the distance of the first part of this first arm. So from the point back here at 0, whatever it is, up to there should be this 11.5, what it's defined as right now. Let's take that down to 11. And actually come down here first and see where that puts us. Okay, that didn't actually change anything, did it? Let's try 10.5 then. Okay, that actually broke a block further down. So we're having the opposite effect of what I wanted. Which makes sense, because it's going up, right? That arm's going up and away, so we'd actually want to make it bigger. So let's go 12.5 then. Okay, so let's play breaking there now. Let's get those all the way out, so we can see the only spot it's breaking. Okay, so that's at the right height for where we want it, I think. Now we need to do second one is 6.5. What distance number is this? Distance 2. So that's probably the length of that arm. That doesn't seem like that's off too much to me. I could be wrong. Let's try 5.5 and see what it does. Okay, that brings it up to there. Just still not what I want. So we're offset back forward too much right now. And I don't know what that offset's saved anywhere. So let's bring it back to 6.5. We'll replace that block it broke. And then we've got one more angle, which is set at negative 2.75. So we'll set that to 3 and see where it goes to. It goes down into the back. So if I take this to 1.75, where does it go? Straight up. Okay. Let's actually, do this. Set our excavator over here. Here's some of these blocks. An excavator there. And then we'll rotate it in that direction. So it's pretty much a straight line. We don't have to deal with the yaw of the whole thing. That's where it's breaking right now. It's just set forward too much. I need to see if we're just offsetting that one position somewhere. So we've got a starting X, starting Y, starting Z, a yaw, a pitch, and a distance 1, which is set to negative 0.5. Let's set that to negative 1.5. That goes sideways. So that's not it. Can't do the Z position directly. need to somehow calculate an offset for the forward a little bit more. That put us down further. There we go. Now we're forward up more. Okay, so let's... So what I did is adjusted the angle of that first arm to get that. So let's adjust the angle. So let me just play with this for a minute and see what it goes. So if I curl the bucket in, yeah, it's following the path of it. It just needs to go down that last distance a bit more, it looks like. So that's set at 1.5275. Let's do 2. Not sure where it's breaking right at the moment. Let me out of there. Okay, so it's right there. Just goes down. It's breaking nothing. Oh, that's why. I typed 110 and it came 1,000. Okay, so that's back more actually. So we'll try 80 instead of 90. $70. One of those other blocks might be showing up in the bleak dimension is they're the same as stone. So last night, we talking about what was happening last night. I was able to get that fixed, where dorite, andesite, granite, and all them no longer spawn in the bleak dimension. It was at the very end of the stream, pretty much. Okay, that's about where the tip of the cutter is, right? Wait, this angle, it seems to be perfect. So let's curl the bucket down. And it made it go where? Back to there. Okay, it's down too much. I need to set up a super flat to do this right. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna set up super flat and then put my command block. So we've already got one somewhere, don't we? The super flat before all the bleak stuff. Probably this one. Where we've got a command block that sets the blocks to dirt. Yeah, I think this is the world. Am I built on? I do. think there it is. It says tower. If we make this all glass, this will work perfect for what we need. Nope, that's not the tower. Great, where'd it go? Remember we had a world. What's that? We set up a big block with a command block on it. This is it. And we'll just say glass. There we go. So now we put an excavator in here. Perfect. And then okay, so there's blocks down there even. Let's drive her forward a bit. There we go. So we're definitely breaking too far forward. This is going to take me a long time to figure this one out. Okay, and let's actually set this up as a does not need redstone, repeat. So it constantly replaces that block so we can see exactly what's being broke each tick. Yeah, that might not work after all. It's filling it in too quick. Okay, can't actually tell what's going on. So impulse. But that's the perfect end of it, right? I don't want to use the bagger myself. There's no mountain that I want gone, and it's just way too OP to be useful for me. And slow. Like, the movement of it's slow, but if you just swing it, you can demolish whatever. So wherever you'd like it. It's good at eating mountains. It's so close to being right. I just don't know what to tweak on it. Because, I mean, like, right where it's at now, it should be breaking approximately where it's at. It's just forward a hair. That's all. Gonna get the forward position off. So that actually made it go higher. 2. So let's see if it's 7.5. Okay, okay. That's where the bucket tip is. Bucket tip. Like, this is literally how I did this originally. It just took me forever tweaking the code and coming up with the math for this. Okay, let's curl that tip in. It's not updating enough. Okay, so that is off by how many degrees? Like a significant amount. Like another 40 degrees? Let's fill this in. Okay, so it's 40 degrees in the other direction. So we'll just say 50. Save. And we're looking at the same spot. Why? Okay. $90's up there. 50's down here. So by that regard, 130 should be somewhere further up, and it's not. It's there. So that's 50 and 130. Okay. That doesn't make any sense at all, that angle. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go 150 then. How nice of you, Slime. You just fixed my problem. Okay, so now it's breaking down there. $60? We break at 60. Alright, so it's down there. $70's there. 80. $10, 50, 60, 90. Okay, we're back down at the bottom there. 210. So we're going back up around it, so we're probably overflowing the number and coming back around. Add 0 to it, see what happens. Okay, fill everything in, please. Raise the whole arm up. Okay, so that's where you're placing it at. Okay, so that's negative 90. Negative 180. Okay, that's in the right direction, kinda. Negative 270? Negative 250. 230. 220. No, 230. And let's do 2.0 instead of 2.75 for the distance. Or 1.75. .5. So anyway, to look up what all the machines do. Most of the machines break blocks with the exception of like the farm, the tractor, and the grader can place blocks. I think those are the only two that can actually place blocks. So everything else breaks blocks of different varieties. So the bulldozer can break soft materials. Thank you for the subscription. The bulldozer can break soft material. So dirt, sand, gravel, that type of stuff. Probably netherrack. Can't remember off the top of my head. The loader can break soft materials and also can pick up blasted stone. So that's something that we add in the mod. The continuous miner can break everything short of bedrock. The continuous miners we added into the game. It doesn't have a crafting recipe yet, but we added it in for the purpose of the new dimension that we're adding, which will have harder stone that can only be broken by something at that level or higher. So any of the tier 2 machines, which will be required to be built from the ore in that dimension, and the continuous miner can break it. The drilling rig can only drill on stone and various types of stone, so like I don't know, andesite, dorite, etc. What else is there? The sub doesn't break anything. Road roller is meant for paving roads along with the paver. Laser miner's not in the game yet. Excuse me. Grader, excavator, dump truck just hauls items around. Combine will break any farm. Fully grown crop when you're holding control. And bagger shouldn't really be in the game. It's too OP. Okay, so we're breaking there right now. And curl that arm down. And watch it not break any blocks. Yeah. We're better off with just 90. Or at least breaking somewhat close to it then. 90 in a good distance. Yeah, you're welcome, man. And thank you for the compliment. I might just need to take this off, this whole block position, and move it forward one or something. I don't know. Just not happy with the way it's working right at the moment. And that's okay. That seems to be working. Move that back. That seems to be working. At least for that rotation of the upper or the lower arm part. But it's this piece that's off, right? So let's actually try and dig something with this instead of doing glass all the time. Get rid of all these bounding boxes too. So let's place this like, say, like that, and lower the bucket. It's not doing anything. Yeah, it's just too far back. I just have never liked the excavator. The controls suck on it. Even with the better controls in this version. And technically, that's all the further down I can go with this thing.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Haha.
I'm about ready to just pull the excavator from the thing. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Always have. Probably always will.
Yeah, but it's not all about you.
It doesn't work like it should. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. Sitting here fiddling with the thing, and I think I'm rendering it wrong is the problem. It's not, it's breaking in the wrong spot. That last bit of arm, hopefully you get, yeah, I got my camera on. The last bit, like the wrist part, when it's fully extended, it only goes straight up and down. It should be like that.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
And really,
Why it was feeling like it was off 90 degrees from where it should be. I probably had it set up in the model though, on the old one that way. What were you gonna say? Really, what?
well, you were saying when I came back before I said I was back that you can't go any further down with the arm.
Right. Like, it's all messed up right now. Okay, why did that not even do anything? Okay, Eclipse. About ready to throw you out the window again. Oh, wait, there went. Did something, didn't it? Minus 90. This took forever. Plus 90. Yeah, it must be over the amount that it needs to be over. That it can be over. Let me check the amount. Control Shift I. It is at 45. 45 plus 90 is not going to add up, right? Oh, it's order of operation. There we go. That's what's wrong. Is the body of the excavator a bit wanky? By wanky, you mean what? Yeah, it is. Like, I'm probably going to move that center pivot point back to here and then just leave it all lined up. Because the way it was before, like, if I push it forward where it's supposed to be with the tracks, then the tracks don't line up with its bounding box, and that makes it kind of feel funny to drive around in. Or at least I think it will. So now that we've got a bucket in a spot that's probably more accurate, does it feel like it digs better? It's better. Not perfect. Let's not break the command block. That would suck. So run the command block. Right, I understand what you're talking about. It probably helps counterbalance it, right? Oh man, that just fixes a whole crap ton of stuff. I bet.
How long are you gonna be on tonight?
Somewhere. I'll stop somewhere between 9 and 10.
Okay.
That's my guess.
All right. I'll be back shortly then.
Okay. Like always, Fire. Like you don't have to hang out here just because I'm on here.
No,
You're
no,
welcome to,
I
but...
do it because I like to.
No, if you got stuff going on, it's fine.
Well, no, my brother. I was watching that movie with my brother, and he had to leave for like the last 40 minutes of it.
Oh dang.
So, yeah.
You need to catch that boy up to speed.
No, I'm gonna just let him watch the other 40 minutes of it because I'm not
okay.
gonna even attempt to butcher that. You know how much happens in the last 40 minutes. That would be like, I might as well tell the whole movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. That is an important
So,
part.
I'll be back.
Thank you, Kratex. Okay, Fire. Let's see. Where are we breaking at now? Let's raise that arm up a bit. The whole arm. This one. Get it inside the glass. So, Hunter, is it fixed? No, I'm just one step closer to understanding what's going on with it, I think. So let's do the middle one. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Now, if I move the wrist part, is it okay? So that should be... No, not that one. This one. Okay, it should break when I go back a little bit more. And it just went down. Then it went back. It's like it's rotated 90 degrees from where it should be. Dang it. It doesn't like what I just did. Crap. Oh. Still have the plus sign there, but I got rid of the 90. in my code. Yep, go ahead and run again. So now you breaking back here? Nope. Where are you breaking at? Okay. Never played Revelation, so I can't say for sure. What's the redstone store for? It's hooked up to a command block, so I can replace all these glass blocks real quick, just to see where it's breaking again. So if I touch this, hey, thank you for the follow, Kratex. So I just step on that pressure plate, and it runs this command block to fill the glass area. I need to extend it actually. Let's see. Okay, see you, Hunter. Towards positive Z. So it'll be like 6. Let's do 7. There we go. Let's get it out there where the bucket is. Okay, so that looks good right where it is. If I curl the bucket in, definitely seems to have followed the right arc. I would say it's extended forward a bit too much for where it's at right now. Back out here. Okay, that's too far. It's not gonna be breaking that far out. In fact, is it even breaking right now? No, I didn't think so. So it's breaking it out there. It's close, so close. It needs to go, like, the whole thing needs shifted up, right? But I can't just say shift it up because it's dependent on what the other arm angles are. So let me go 8.5. That breaks inside the bucket now. It might have been that this segment of the arm, it was shorter than it used to be. That could be what's going on. Okay, that looked good. Yeah, that's about where that would have arced through, right? If I do it to 8, maybe? Just gonna keep tweaking the numbers till we get it right, guys. And it's kind of boring for me, but we'll get it eventually. And let's go. Where are these slimes? That looks decent to me. Okay, so now we know it's good at that particular arm angle for the other two arm pieces. Let's bring that middle one in. And it's starting to break too soon as we do that, right? It's up too high because it needs to be down by the tip more. So that's where the 8.5 thing probably would come back into play. Yeah, see, it's breaking down there now. But it's not considering that angle, right? Something's just not lined up. Dang it. Okay, so let's see. Let's bring that back to 8. Let's put it at 11 for my first distance. And let's break the, fill it all back in. That's where we're breaking at now. It's 11.5, let's say 10. Still the same spot, interesting. Which that distance is mostly forward right now. Say 12. That puts us up there. But if we bring this one back to 9, that puts us down where we should be. Okay. Let's bring that top. How does that look? That looks decent. Let's curl in the middle part. Or extend the middle part, I guess, because that's where we're at. And that arc did not follow at all. It continually got further away, which means that this arm distance is too long. And this one's too short. If that one's too long, this one needs to be longer. 13 and 8. What happens if I do leave it at 9? Because I want it more by the bucket tip. There we go. Oops. Curve you in. The X, Y, and Z positions are yaw. The first distance number. Okay, let's offset that direction. So the first position is how far off left and right I can do. Which actually should probably be more like this. Be two of them. Or it's like this. Oops. Right. Can't easily do two of them. Gotta change my code to do that. Fair enough. Do one for right the moment. Where'd you go? Part of the code crashed. That's perfect. That, however, is not, because it's too far down. That's way too far down. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Not gonna bother saying that name. Somehow... There's no easy way for me to put that on the other side, is there? I need to look at it from this way. So right now, we're breaking that block clear up here. Come on. I don't need to say that. We'll call you Mr. Eater. How's that? Yep. No, don't move. Crap. So I mean, the good positioning of this tells me that that first arm's probably okay. And that's at 12, and the angles are kind of set on it already. So if it's good there, then if I extend this up, what's it do to us? So it comes out there. And where's the breaking blocks at right now? Or is it? Breaking in there, so it's obviously too far away. So we can shorten that distance on that arm. Bring it back to 8, let's say. Where's that put us? Puts us there. Not quite to where we need to be. Change it down to 7. And we're there. It's close. Change it down to 6. And we're there. It's a 6.5 is what I have it as, so let's try 6.0. Still there. Actually, I don't want to do 5 because I know it's going to be too short. But I'll try it. Now it's there. Okay, let's see what that message was. So I've changed another number. Let's push the button down here, see what's breaking. Is it breaking that? Okay, it's breaking that. Okay. 3.75. 4.75. Okay, that's about where I want it to be able to break. So let's pull that middle arm in. And we're breaking clear up there instead of down where it's actually at. It's making a big assumption here. 270, we'll do 200 on its angle offset. What are you blinking at now? Ah, dang it, I picked it up. Of course. Let's lift this arm all the way up. And pull in just the middle one. And we need to lower this too. And so that causes it to finally start breaking inside of it. So it's there, but it looks like it's breaking it back here. So back to 270. Okay, that puts it in the ballpark at least. Check this last angle being 90 instead. That puts us clear down here. So 180 is probably the right number. That's 145. Not sure how it's 2 blocks, but it is. That actually follows it, doesn't it? Oh, I might be onto something here, guys. Okay, let's fine-tune that middle one then. Or the last little wrist part. Curl it in. Oh, yes! It goes too extreme at the end. It's like we need to multiply it by some smaller number or something. Oh, it's this. Nope. Could leave it. Some. It's still kind of frustrating me right at the moment, but some progress. I could do it so it only breaks if it's under a certain angle for that last bucket too, which would make sense because if it's... Wouldn't make sense for it to be dig and clear out there, I don't think. It's actually how it's set up too. If it's under 42 it digs. We'll just change that number to like 30. What is that number right now? It says 17. Number 15. Let's make it so it breaks. And the code's not running on the server, so that's causing it to be all jacked up. Try digging over here. Nope. Although when I pulled it in there, it seemed fine. Oh, no, it wasn't fine. So it's breaking too far forward. Breaking up there. $270. Minus 90 then. Okay, so this is negative 90, this is plus 90, this is plus 180. So there's somewhere a circle point out there, which is wrong. It needs to be down there. So I do need to extend that down, even though it was working good before. Oh, and I just made the code not run. Is 0.5D, an extra T in there somewhere. Let's replace all the other ones. That's at plus 180. Let's do plus 90. Okay, that's up there still. Minus 90 should be off to the right, and it is. So the pivot point moved down some, but not enough. So let's do like 8.5. So that's our negative 90 now. There's our plus 90. It's up there. And the 180 is where? Down there. Okay, let's correlate these broken blocks. That's plus 90. Plus 0. Down there. 45. Ooh, 45. Okay. Curl back, and you're going the wrong direction. Interesting. So I went from there up, and that's why my numbers are all screwy.
Between
Repeater. Still going backwards around the circle. So instead of curling this way, it's curling this way. Let's take our angle times -1, see what that does to us. All that plus the 45. Do I need to clamp the numbers so that they're within ranges of 0 to 360 or something? And they're still going the opposite direction. I know I didn't have this problem before. I'm not sure what this is about. Unless it's because I'm using a negative number on my distance. That very well could be it too. So I'm extending in the opposite direction of where it rotates from. But even then I would think that would go in the right order. Let's see what it does. Yeah, now we're going the right direction at least. We just need to get our offset proper. So it went from there to there to there to there to there. So let's say 145. It's up there. Minus. Nada. Minus nothing. And we're back in the opposite way. One of those huge mining excavators. Yeah. So it takes us even further. I don't. TechStack's about had enough of this. Pitch 4. Pitch 4. Are we clamping this at any way? We are clamping it to 360 degrees and we're turning it into radians with the clamp pitch 4. And if it's greater than 360, it takes 360 away. And it keeps taking 360 away until it's no longer greater than 360. So that's going to normalize it no greater than 360. Because remember, if you go 360 degrees around a circle, your next 360s, like whatever you take 360 away is what you're actually moving. One complete circle and then 10 degrees on it is just 10 degrees. And then the same is true for the other way. So it's taking the in angle, if it's less than 0, it's taking 360 minus the in angle. So it was back here. It's less than 0, so let's say it's -10. So that would be, we should get 350 out of that, and that's what would happen. So take 360 minus the in angle. So we should be okay there. So that's going to be a normalized angle either way. Hey, Fiery.
Hey.
About ready to throw the excavator out of the mod, just because it's driving me nuts. I'm over-exaggerating, I know, but it's... I'm not sure how to fix it at this point.
What's broken?
Where
besides the whole thing?
Where it breaks at. Where it breaks at, and it's not making sense in no matter what tweak I do to it, which is what's frustrating him to me. So I'll say, you know, like there's 360 degrees in a circle, right? So say this is the center point, that's 0. This should be 90. This should be 180. This should be 270, and then back up to here is 360, right? That's not how it's behaving at all. Like I'll say, like it'll break the block over here, so I wanted this break over here, so I'll say add 180 to that, and then it breaks the block up here instead of over here, and it's just like, what? I knew before that it was basically black magic as that me getting it to work before. And it took me hours of fiddling with it until it was exactly right. Like all of the dimensions were right. Like the distance from where I spawn this in up to the tip of this thing, and then the length of this all the way down to the pivot point here, and the length of that to the very tip of the bucket, right? And then all of the angles were added and fine-tuned until it was just right. And then we created the new model, and it's all different because it's a new model. It's going to be different. Like the distance from the point here where I'm drawing this at to the point where I'm pivoting this other thing at is going to be different. I could try looking at the rendering code, but I don't know that that applies the same to the Minecraft terms of distances.
I'll leave the decision up to you, whether you want to get rid of it or not.
Let's put it this way too.
Because it's really the headache is really you. I mean, you know, if you just don't feel like trying to deal with it anymore, then I fully understand.
I don't feel like trying to deal with it anymore tonight, I can say that. But what's really got me is I've never liked it. Like, it was better, and it like the model looks amazing. I want it to be in for the model, right? I think it looks like an excavator. I think it adds a lot. But it's black magic to get these things right. And I know I need to sit down with a math book and figure out the trigonometry or whatever it is again, like I did before. I know I just need to do it. I just don't want to. So, did it even break anything there?
No.
It didn't break a single block, not even underground. And assuming it was breaking blocks, maybe it was breaking them over here for all I know. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't work in spectator. Assuming it was breaking blocks, the controls suck. It would take me forever to dig a straight line. And there's no way of making it any better. Like, I'd have to do this kind of stuff to dig a straight line. That's hokey. I'm just not sure how to fix it. Honestly, I don't think other people will miss it.
Yeah,
the uses
it has
in other machines, smaller. It would take you longer to break a 5x5x5 with this than it would with the bulldozer. No doubt about it. Because the bulldozer is 5 blocks forward, done. So why would you use it? Is the question then?
It was just another one of those ones that I thought would be cool.
Oh, no doubt about it. It looks cool. The concept is cool. Everybody wants to play with the big Tonka trucks, you know, kind of thing. It's just... it's not practical in a video game. Like, how would you control it? You don't have the joysticks like you do when you actually sit in the thing. So, I mean, look how many blocks I can break with the bulldozer in a few seconds.
I know.
Comparison.
Do you think it would be possible to make, you know those, the ones that kind of look like that excavator, only they got the shovel facing forwards, and they usually use them for, mining?
Shovel facing forward?
I want to get you a picture, hold on. Because I can't think of the actual
Is it an
name.
articulated arm? That's my holdback on it. Because an articulated arm is beyond the simple controls that we have in the mod.
Yes, but in this situation, it wouldn't need to be fully articulated.
Okay.
And you'll see why in a second. As soon as I find it.
It's just a math problem on my part. I need to know the distances of those arms, which I don't have a good way of figuring out what they are. And then I need to know the distances of, or the angles that I need to work with. And then I can solve for it. And because the model distances are gonna be different than the world distances, because the world doesn't work with half blocks, right? Like, you can't say, oh, only dig part of this block. You can only say dig that entire block, and it's at a specific, what is this block position? So F3D here, so like this. Looking at negative 379, 594 or 93. There's no 593.5 or 0.7, which is where the actual thing, the actual bucket looks like it is in the where it is in the world, right? Oh,
Something like that.
Steam shovel kind of thing.
Yeah, but they got more modern versions that are not steam; they're electrically driven.
So, like, you would scoop up like that.
Yeah, basically. In fact, I just found one that's electrically driven.
Didn't mean to take a screenshot. So, if I can open the original show the stream. So this is what fire.
Like that one.
No, there's no one.
The second one would probably be closer to
The headache that I'm dealing with because it's an articulated arm.
right, but you don't need the arm to be articulated. Because what you can do is you can make it sort of like the front end loader. You just make the arm go up and down and then dump when it gets to the top. Because if you look on the front, the shovel actually splits open so that it doesn't hold everything anymore. I'm just thinking, at least this way, you could at least somewhat use the model. I mean, you might have to, you know, redo the shovel on it, but...
Yeah. What if we took this part of the arm off? Put that bucket
I gotta get back to the stream.
up here. Well, the second part of the arm. So the first part of the arm's got like an L shape to it. It says the word craft on it. We put the bucket up there and didn't make the bucket go up or down at all. That's basically what you're talking about. And then your up and down controls just moves the first arm. With that, I could probably calculate where it's going to be. I don't know. I think I just need to put this on back burner. Again. Okay. I know. I think I still have whip on it. I do. So there's no surprises when you try and look at it in the world or decide if you want to craft it that it's not quite there yet. I do need to make it so it doesn't break bedrock, because that's a game-breaking thing.
Yeah.
So let me do that as part of this. Like, that's like 2 seconds, right? If... And I it's a... Oh, Tech woke up early this weekend and wants to work on this for 6 hours straight, fiddling with numbers and math and draw with a compass and stuff. That's the kind of problem it is. Also, if I could just render exactly where I'm... Like, maybe I need to do it one block at a time, like one angle at a time, and see where it needs to be. I don't know. If...
Just back burner it. You don't need to stress on it right this moment. Like you said, just make sure it can't break bed... Words now. Just make sure it can't break bedrock anymore. At least for now.
Yep.
Like Core said earlier, I mean, it's not necessary for the mod.
But it look cool. Come on, autocomplete. Eclipse. Really? Fine, I won't use autocomplete. I'll just go to something else that's already got it written, and I'll do it that way. This is what I wanted, right there. Only bedrock. And dot. Really? Oh, that's what's wrong. It's uppercase here for some reason because I wanted to make myself have a hard time tonight. Dot get is dot unbreak. You can set the block to be unbreakable, which just sets its hardness to -1. Hit hard. No. BP. Get uppercase BP tag. Get hardness world. BP. Not equal -1. So it's not bedrock and it's not unlimited hardness because some mod might set that as well. Then we'll call break lock. Ta-da! So that should make it not unbreakable things. And like I said, even right now, it's still going through my block break utility, which checks for, it fires the block break event, so any protection mod on a server is already in place anyway. That's an important one to put out, I guess. Let's take a look at my GitHub. Probably need to separate these out into separate things. Excavator, that's one of them.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go finish this movie again because my brother got called away.
Oh.
In the middle of trying to watch it, so it's like come on.
I thought you were saying you're gonna watch the ending again first. I get what you're
No.
talking about.
So, I doubt I'll be back again.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, catch you then, Fire. Good night.
Yep. Night stream. Sorry, Maggie.
Bleak stone. Or I'm just gonna commit it all. Bleak, dim, excavate, door, fix, crash, helmet, etc. It's a big commit. There's a lot of files. There are 66 different files changed or added. Okay. We don't have the game running anymore. It's kind of crashed on us there when I was changing the code. Let's go ahead and run it. Make sure we can't like bedrock with it ever. Although I know we can. Earlier, so on the last stream, I was talking about how needed to test by flying through the world and the overworld. I flew around for quite a while in it, off camera. Didn't see the biome generating at all. I also looked up how to make it generate in the overworld, and there's some special events you need to subscribe to in the code, which I did not do, so it should not show in the overworld from what I understand. I think I don't have a lot of time left tonight, so I can't really go into it in great details, but I think I want to try and work on setting the groundwork for the bleak dimension. Oh crap, wrong word. Portal. So let's lay it out somehow, somewhere in game, how we want this thing to actually function, right? And we kind of wish Fire was still here for it, but it's okay. So portal. So I'm going to use these portal blocks just kind of as a template for it, but it's not going to be these portal blocks. They're going to be not a portal that you have to go through like this, where it's a vertical portal you'll fall into. It'll be a sideways portal, more like another portal where you walk into it, right? So it won't be one that's set up like this. It'll be more like this, right? So you're going to set them across there and then set them up as well. That type of deal. And there will be an item that you put into it to activate it, or part of the activation process, I should say. That's interesting. You put this. Never really built with these before. Let's get a different block. Let's do obsidian too. Just for testing. Right, so that's kind of the vanilla portal shape, right? Vanilla nether portal shape. Oops. You don't need the corner blocks. Yeah, you just light it, right? Oh, no, that's right. And you just light it, right? And then you creates the portal blocks inside, and you can walk through it. So mine's gonna be kind of like this. You get an item frame. Put them there. Doing this so they're centered, right? And then you have to put nether stars in it. That's what I'm thinking. Do that type of thing, and then power it or do whatever. So we're gonna need a portal frame block. I might even make it so that you have to have, you know, in all these spots. I don't know. Be quite a few nether portals or nether stars. So how do these actually function? Is it I is false? So it's an in portal frame block with the eye false facing whatever. As soon as you do that, it says true. Interesting. So it's the same block, it's just got a different variant of it for when it has that in there. So it's a different model that's in the world. So one block, whether or not it's populated or not. So we could do the same, and that means that the block then needs to be a little thinner, not a full block. That's why they don't have it being a full block here, right? So that they can fit that on top of it and not interfere with anything else in the world. See, it doesn't quite touch. If I can get my distance just right here, flying, see that it doesn't quite touch. Like, it's just a normal block. It's in line with everything else. The top of the eye's at. I think you probably can. Yeah, it can place blocks over top of it then. So we'd need a thinner than normal block. That's, let's use an example here. So let's put this platform. If that was a full-size block, then we would need to use up this part of the block for the actual portal frame, and then the representation of the nether star goes on this face of it, right? I know they wouldn't be actual item frames. I'm just using this as an example to show it off. And when they're supplied, we right-click with the nether portal, consume the nether, or the nether, right-click with the nether star, consume the nether star, and then change the state of the block to show that it's got it. So the continuous miner works, you just can't craft it. And the reason it doesn't work, or you can't craft it, is because it's going to be crafted differently than everything else. So if I'm here in the world, I back up, you see it'll start breaking the blocks. So it works just fine. What I told somebody else on Reddit, I think it was, is I'm not going to be offended at all if you want to play with it now and just cheat it in and throw away a couple stacks of iron to call it even. Right, if you're playing survival. That's what we actually did on the server for testing it out. And it actually has an inventory. It's picking these items up with those little beater bars in the front, these little collectors. So if I drive over there, you see all the items disappearing. It's picking up the items. So it's fully functional. Just no way to craft it. The crafting of it is going to be, and this isn't working yet, which is why we didn't add it. Where is it? SM table? Really? What is the assembly table? It must not be in this branch of the code. What about factory? Those are in. That was assembly table. What's it called? I might have to add that back into this branch of the code. Anyway, there's going to be a special assembly table. And then this is a robotic arm that you'll have to power, which I don't have power in the mod yet, which is what stopped this, right? So I need to add power to the mod. You'll power this probably using Forge energy units. And it will work on the assembly table. You'll put a blueprint in the assembly table to tell it what to build. And then it gets the welding activities from the robot arms, right? That's kind of how it works. The animation on it, you know, just doing this, that's going to change. It's just a placeholder for now. I decided, you know, it's not worth adding all the energy and everything until I make sure that I can do the dimension. The dimension's pretty much a sure thing at this point. The only thing that's left on the dimension really is this, the portal, which is why I'm looking at it now. You know, I've already got a item that takes me there, so it's just a matter of creating a couple extra blocks. Looks like one main block, and then the two models for it, one with them nether star in it, one without, and then whatever I use for the portal block itself. So like if you were to make that another portal, oops, my bad. Those are actual blocks, the purple things. I'll break them in creative because they're Roblox. If I look at it, it's a Minecraft portal. So I'll create a bleak portal block that works something like that. Maybe even has similar sound effect or something. Maybe it'll be gray instead of purple. Cool, man. You said that was Revelations? Or what's the pack name? Revelations. Is that on FTB or what is that? Okay. Is it a single player world or is it a server? Hey, Brosum. It's a server. We did test it with FTB utilities. Block breaking protection is working. The what's it called? Block placing, so like the grader, it'll still place blocks. I haven't got the block placing protection stuff in place. It's not calling an event for block place because it's placing it not as a player, it's placing it as the machine. Things like that. What did you do? What? Slash kill. Was that now? What are you talking about, Eagle? You need help on the server or something? Okay. I did get this program the other day to make blocks. Maybe I should use that to build this out. I also don't know what the block's going to be made out of. So we'll need a crafting recipe for this block. What was the name of that program? Mr. Cray. Not the mod. It's probably only in my downloads folder still. Hold on a sec. Downloads folder. Show in folder. Copy you. To where? My my C drive, my D drive. Under all custom apps, Minecraft related stuff. Let's call this Mr. Cray. Mr. Cray. It's actually Mr. Crayfish. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so let's see if I create a new, and I think he said control right click. There we go. How high is a normal block? By 16 by 16 in it. Even let's just go beyond. Interesting. So let's set this to 8. There's about half a block. Okay, let's add a new face. Position it somewhere we can see it actually. Yeah, creating a mod mystic. So let's do that, and then we'll extend this to 16. can I copy that? Duplicate it. There we go. Let's move that over 16 or 15. There we go. Okay, and then let's duplicate it again. We'll move it back to 0. We'll put the 8 there. We want it to not be 16 in that direction. It would be only 1 in that direction, and 16 in this direction. No, 16 in this direction. There we go. Yep. And then we'll duplicate that again, and we will position it. It's 15 here. Nope. No, why? These need labels on them, what they are. There we go. That gives us a framey type feel to it, right? And somewhere in here, I can go to textures. Okay. How do I import a texture image? Import. Okay. I don't have vanilla images available to me to do this. To make it look vanilla, I could create my own. Not opposed to that, but what should it look like? What should we make this thing? Should it be a steel mechanical looking type deal? I do have a steel image. Let's try that. Let's try that steel image I made. So let's go to my D drive, all code, Techstack. You think it should be steel? Okay. Code, Minecraft. Techstack's heavy machinery mods, source, main, resources, assets, machine mod, textures, blocks. It should be something steel. Something steel. Right. And I know I say nether star in it, but maybe the nether star is a crafting to craft it into something. Like I'm thinking it more like a laser focus type thing. Maybe crafting right into beacons or something. I don't know. That would make a lasery type thing, wouldn't it? Steel block. There it is. So let's apply that one and rotate around. Where's the north face on this? Okay. Gonna select. I think it's shift copy, shift paste. Oh, it's that little one. That's what's wrong. Okay, I see a problem already, but that's okay. Shift paste, shift paste, shift paste, and shift paste. I guess this could give us another reason for steel too. There's not a lot of uses for steel in my mod. Moment. So that little Z fighting thing we had going on, let's fix that by going back over here to elements, reducing the size to 14 actually, and moving its position over so that we're not overlapping with these vertical pieces, because that's what creates that scenario. So if I go over 1 and reduce this by 2, yeah, there we go. Now there's no overlapping pieces. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. I like how this side is working out on that cube. What side is that? So I can select these? No. I like how this one's working out. However, I don't like how this one's working out because the gray isn't right. It's not the west. It's this side. That looks better to me. Right? So the gray is kind of lining up on both sides. It almost makes me want to make these pieces a little fatter. I can select them all. Go here. No, it only does one at a time. definitely need to fix the tops of those. Boy, I don't know that adds anything to it, does it? I think it'll look a little different in game too, because it's kind of deceiving on this program. So that's actually sticking out away from this face, whereas this is on the face. What if we made them that way instead? Can bring the position down. Let's make it a double thick border is what I'm thinking. So then this one's in the right position, but this one's not. We need to take its position back from 15 to 14. This one's in the right position. They're both in the right position, actually, the top and the bottom. But we need to make them two shorter. And move over. There we go. Right? Yeah, that's right. And then we need to adjust the UVs on them, so the UV will change the texture. Not sure what the UV should be, but we'll figure that out. So we can get from that middle. Actually do that and get a middle piece completely. Right, none of the gray. Oh wow. Okay. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I know you said it's really early for you or whatever, but we do this every night. Or try to. Okay, how's that look? It's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if we can copy. Thanks, man. And then paste onto here. Nah. Just to get rid of the gray borders on all of the dark gray. Are you kidding me? Hold on a sec. Wow, that was a phone call from my kids' school. They are not going to have school again tomorrow. Those lucky dogs. I think we need to put a gray marker on the side. So let's see if we can figure out what side that is. So that's going to be like the east side. Right? Come on, get all over there. There we go. And then that's got the gray marker there. I'm actually kind of liking it better with the mark gray and the one wide. Now that I've gone through all the work of doing this. There we go. Let's go back to 1. Back to 1, move it over to 12, 13, 14, back to 1. One, size 16, size 1. This one's the one that's off. There we go. And let's take this. Shift copy its paces. Select a different one and shift paste them. Control paste them. It's not redoing the faces or the UVs. Come on. Okay, I'm not sure why that one's resized like it is. There we go. Okay, this is the one that's off still. Doesn't seem to exactly match the mouse movements, and going slower with it actually seems to do better because of that. There it is. What? School's calling again? Yep, it was them again. They're saying the exact same thing. I'm not sure why they called. So this bottom down face needs to be adjusted where it's picking up its texture from. Wait, actually, this needs to be like this. Come on, get over there all the way. There we go. And it's actually this cube. That's what I wanted to do. There, I think we've got it all worked out. So the advantage of using this program is that it's gonna generate a JSON file for me, I guess. So I'm gonna save this project first off. So this is a .model format, that's new. So we're gonna go to mass storage, and all my code, my Minecraft code, this code. We're gonna create a new folder in here. This be model creator. We'll save this as our portal frame block. Empty? Yeah, I don't know what else there is. So then we need to export JSON file. I'm gonna put it in the same spot for now, just see what it does. So unfortunately, I need to get off here. It's time to get the kids off the beds, pretty much. Minecraft, Techstack, model creator, and it was portal, frame, block, empty. Let's find that. Code, text, nope, Minecraft, Techstack, model creator, and it creates this for JSON. That's cool. Textures is block steel. Seems legit. That's actually where it's going to be too. Cool. Name cube, faces, the textures. It's pretty straightforward. Can you get more slime? Let me log in. Then I gotta get out of here, guys. I'll log in, get you some more slime, and go from there. I don't know how much we have though. I haven't been on very much to keep collecting it. Also, where we're getting the slime is by the house there. So that swamp, go there at night. It'll spawn slimes. That's why we built what we did, because slime's such an important part of the mod. Like, you can get slime day one once you find a swamp. I'm actually probably at your place in the mob farm there. Yeah. It's laggy at the house. It could be the machines. I mean, there's not that many though. There's a tractor and the combine, that's about it. There's a slime right now. I'm killing for it. Oops. What kind of lag is it? Is it like FPS lag? His remains are in this chest. Oh no, it says fire accidentally killed Blue. There was a skeleton in here. He was right next to Blue. I accidentally hit Blue and killed him. Terribly sorry. His remains are in the chest. There's just feathers in the chest. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, there's no slime balls in there. That's where I was keeping the slimes. Let me check my inner chest. I've got 17 slimes in my inventory. I'll give you another of this. 26 enough? So 26 is enough then. You at the skeleton farm? Or buy it, I should say. Okay. Not quite sure where your exact house is. I'm here on the surface. Looks like my marker's on top of yours on the thing. Oh, there you are. There you go. That should keep you stocked up for a bit so you don't have to head over there. no problem. Okay. Be somewhere safe so I can log off. Okay. Good night, everybody. We'll pick up tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what we'll be working on. I guess we'll be working on this portal frame some more. Now we got somewhat of a model set up. We can go from there. I'm gonna have to remember that this model's here because I'm gonna forget. But anyway, that's the end of the stream for tonight, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.